Well, welcome and good evening to another edition of the Hamden Football Netball League Senior Footy Show. That's right, we are back 3 rounds to go in the Hamden Football Netball League season. I must admit, this has been an absolute cracker so far. I can't wait for the back half of this year. Plenty happening. Trent Hill, or is it Big Chappie sitting beside me today? He's got the no shades on, the big fella. He's got the beard. He's looking sensational. How are you, buddy?
Going super, mate. And you're looking nice and bronzed up after your little sojourn away up north.
Fake tan, mate, can do that to you.
We thought you had a little gloss over, just quietly.
Don't wear the fake tan, I can assure you. Hey, listen, mate, big show to get through. Plenty of guests. We've got a couple. Jesse Williamson's going to join us from the Cobden Bombers. We're going to go to this man first and foremost. Liam Hoy, he's the skipper of the Koroit Saints. He plays game number 150 this weekend against the Hamilton Kangaroos. Been an absolute ornament of the game, a superstar, and he's still only a youngster, to be honest. Hoysy, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Stuart. Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. How you going, Hilly? But is that Paul Chapman? Was that yeah.
Doesn't it look like Chapman, mate? Hey, 103 games for the Koroit Saints, 47 for the Warrnambool Blues. I'm just going to go through this. Now, this is an amazing history for this man. So in 2011, Hoysey played and won a under-18 premiership at the Warrnambool Football Club. In 2012, Warrnambool Senior Premiership. 2013, another Warrnambool Senior Premiership. In 2014, he lost against Koroit. In 2015, a loss against Koroit. 2016, he went up north to Noosa, done the shoulder, comes back, wins 2017, 2018, 2019 at Koroit. 2 years of COVID, wins 2022 at Koroit. That is an unbelievable record.
The grand final man.
He's the grand final man. Hoysey, that is dead serious, mate. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's I'm obviously really, really proud of it, and certainly right place, right time, sort of set up, I suppose. But I definitely, it's not lost on me how lucky I am, and I hear a lot of stories of people who haven't been lucky enough to play finals, let alone a grand final, and I'm fortunate enough to have played in my fair share, but. Certainly, I get sick of running out on the last day, and hopefully we can add 2023 to the calendar this year.
And Hoysey, also chuck on that CV, captain of the Koroit Saints, a position I reckon you would hold pretty dear as well. And I know you love leading the next generation. And this year, obviously speaks volumes of the group and the youth and the, I guess the newness to the team. So you must enjoy the leadership side of it as well.
Yeah, I do, Hilly, and you touched on it. I am super proud to lead the football club and this next wave of kids coming through. Just an unbelievable bunch of young lads, and they've got a huge amount of respect for the football club and the history that comes before them, and they certainly want to write their own chapter. So that's what's driving this year's group, and it's based around effort, and that's not once have I ever questioned it.
Hey, Hoysey, I know you're massive, mate, on tradition and honour, respect, all that kind of stuff. A couple of weeks ago, the 2003 Premiership reunion at Koroit, you made all the players go down, shake their hands, as you ran out of the ground. I thought it was a special touch, and it just shows, I think, that really good, strong leadership at the Koroit Football Netball Club.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to have the reunion and against Camper down there. And we just wanted to make sure that we recognised that the foundations that those boys laid back in 2003 and what that was a blueprint for what was to come. And we just wanted to make sure we recognised what they did for the football club and that the young lads, they got to learn a bit about where the club was. It was in a bad spot. And that group was the start of where we are today. So I just wanted to recognise that group, and we started very slowly, but certainly the last 3 quarters was very positive.
Hey Hoysey, I look at this year, and I guess a lot of people, probably including yourselves here on the panel as well, we're a bit unsure where Koroit we're going to go this year with the loss of some major players. We know you've got a bit of quality back, but tell you what, sitting second on the ladder at the moment, injection of, as you said, the next wave of stars for the Koroit Saints. You must be really proud of how the group's gone up until round 15, and obviously still more footy to play. But what a year it's been thus far, and tell you what, if you guys were successful, and there's every chance you could go and do it again, this would be nearly one of the greats, I reckon, if you're able to do it.
Yeah, we certainly speak about the evenness of the competition, and sorry, I've just got my bosses making a few bucks out the back, so I'm just called up. We've definitely spoken about evenness of the competition and what it takes to make it to the end. And with a young group, we have to drive good standards. It's mainly been around effort, boys. It's been about buying in and making individual improvement that will help the team. And, when you got belief in what you can do and belief in the end goal, then that's half the battle. And these kids believed. You can't underestimate people like Dallas Mooney and what he brings to the back line. We've got a young midfield, and then Tom and Will Couch have certainly led the forward line group. So certainly got some stars in every line to help, but it's driven by these kids, boys, and they're a special group, and I hope they get what they deserve when it comes to the pointy end.
There goes the boss behind you, mate. He's just backing out. He's knocked off for the day.
Yeah.
He's had enough, big fella. Hey, mate.
He's throwing a bit of lip too.
Hey, in all seriousness, an amazing career thus far. It's only probably halfway through, to be honest, mate. Game number 150. You've been an absolute ornament, fantastic leader. And, we certainly wish you all the best of luck on the weekend, mate. And we'll talk to you in the pre-game on Saturday as well. So congratulations, buddy. Well done.
Yeah, no worries at all. Thanks, heaps, boys, and well done on the coverage this year. It's always great to look back at the games and hear you boys. It's been great. So we really appreciate it as a footy club, and I'm sure the league do as well. So keep up the good work.
Good stuff. Good man.
Oh, great man, Boise.
That career is...
That's unbelievable.
It's mind-boggling, mate.
Someone said the other day that Liam Hoy had never not played a year
in the grand final
league where he hasn't played in a grand final.
It's amazing.
For you just to read that out, that's an unbelievable record. It's sort of phenomenal. Like Adam Dowie coaching side of things, isn't it? Because I know Adam's had a lot of successes and opportunities at grand finals from a coaching point of view, but Liam's like the playing version of Adam Dowie, isn't he, really?
Mate, he's an absolute freak and a great man to go with it, that is for sure. Hey, talking about good blokes, Matty Burgess from Warrnambool Toyota, we're pretty sure we've got him on the line now, the big man. The $5,000 kick into that unbreakable Warrnambool Toyota Hilux is on again. It's always a highlight on Grand Final Day. Great sponsor of the Hamden Football Netball League and have been for a number of years. Burjo, how are you, big fella?
Thanks, Stewie. How are you going? Hey, Chappy.
This is great, Burjo, because I don't know whether you even seen that at the start, mate, but I actually did say that, and Hoisey was all over it as well. I think the glass is off, mate. I think this is you, big fella.
I love it.
Hey, Burjo,
I had the speaker on, I just didn't have the microphone on. So
perfect. Hey, mate, Warrnambool Toyota, $5,000 kick. Once again, Burjo, you guys love getting behind this. It's always a heap of fun. And I tell you what, big fella, over the journey, there's been a few winners as well, which is even better.
Yeah, absolutely. People mightn't think of it, we do prefer it to go off. We'd rather someone win it than not. So I think there's been some pretty good years over the journey. I remember Brad Otten's kicking it in with in a pair of thongs on the left foot, coming up and having a couple of pots after it. He was pretty happy with himself, but we donated the money through that year. But it's great fun and gives people something to do at halftime to get involved. So I think it's we'll continue for a bit longer, I think.
Hey, and Burjo, last year the weather was ordinary too. It wasn't real favourable. I've got a sneaking suspicion. I think this year, the whole final series, I think we've broke through the worst of the weather.
Wood.
And I reckon it's going to be absolutely spot on. Laurie Lee was another one that kicked into the back of the ute too one year. Laurie. But you're right. It's all about something a little bit different and something that's certainly great. I know other leagues and that do similar nowadays, Burjo, off the back of this, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a few leagues around who do something similar. I think some are a bit stingy and do $1,000 or a couple of thousand here or there. But look, we'd actually be open if someone had a different concept. We have floated the idea of possibly being able to do something with netball as well. But it's a bit of a hard one. It works really well. So sometimes you think don't try and fix something that's not broken. But yeah, we every year we think of, is there something else we can do with it? But we keep going back to the same old. But yeah, hopefully the weather is better this year.
Hey, Burjo, we know the AFL's got a strong alignment with Toyota, but I just love that you and Goffey and the team, you still have that real local alignment with the Hampton League, and you guys have been great supporters for a long time. And it's, I guess, we look at the league this year especially, and from a sponsor's point of view, you must be wrapped with the way things are going with the evenness of the competition and your branding being put out there as well.
Yeah, look, it's probably one of the most even comps for quite a while. Obviously, I follow North Warrnambool, and they're thereabouts again. It's probably they lost a few players and a few injuries, but still went over and watched North and Port Fairy on Saturday, and it was a cracking game of footy. So it's great to see sides like Port Fairy coming. Dusty's doing a great job over there with them, and I think for the league's viability moving forward, to have clubs like Port Fairy that are now up and about, it doesn't take much for their supporters to get on the bandwagon over there. So it was a big crowd, and the likes of Cobden and Camperdown and these teams that are that are up and having another go this year. I think it's tremendous for the league.
Now listen, mate, in 20 years doing the kick, I don't think Burjo has had a little crack. Everybody else, I reckon, nearly has, big fella. I think this might be the year where you dust off the old footy boots, mate, and you have a little go on grand final day yourself at half time.
There's one reason why I've never kicked, Stuart. There's one reason. I can make him a fool of myself in plenty of other ways of trying to kick it.
Hey, good on you, big fella. Great stuff. Warrnambool Toyota. Is there a special, mate? You got a deal for us or anything out there at Warrnambool Toyota through August and September, big fella?
Yeah, look, it's been hard. We haven't done a hell of a lot of advertising, to be honest, because we haven't actually had any spare stock. Pretty much 99% of our stock coming through the doors is already sold. So we're starting to get a bit of Hilux stock coming through, and we have the new GRS Hilux coming that is an absolute cracker. I'm hoping that is here for grand final. So won't be here early enough for me to have one sign written. So we've got an SR5 being done very shortly to be sign written for the day, but I'm hoping my demo GRS turns up in time and we can put that at the front gate or on the ground at the same time. So anyone looking for a Hilux, we've got some cracking models being released. So as I said, the GRS, we've got the Rogue here at the moment, and obviously the tried and tested SR and SR5. So anyone looking for a Hilux, come out and see us.
Brilliant. And Burjo, Goffey and the team will certainly look after you. That is for sure. As we say, great supporters, great sponsor of the Hampton Football Netball League. And make sure that we support those wonderful sponsors as well. Burjo, you go and dust off the footy boots, mate. I'm dead serious. You're going to have a kick this year, big fella, all right? Rain, hail or shine. I don't care. I want you practising. I'll get you as close as I possibly can, but you're going to have a slot, all right?
I might be watching Essendon in the final, mate.
That's no chance, mate. I saw him against Geelong a couple of weeks ago, and I was putting the line through him after that. But
so did I.
Yeah. Hey, good on you, mate. Matty Burgess, Warrnambool Toyota. Appreciate it, big fella. Good to talk to you.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, great stuff. Good fella, Burjo, that is for sure. They do a great job, and I'm serious when I say, make sure you get out and support those wonderful sponsors. $5,000 kick into the back of the Warrnambool Toyota Hilux. It is on again. We're only 3 weeks away from final series.
I can't believe it.
It is crazy. Hey, let's go to the Zoom call once again. This bloke is an out-and-out star of the competition. Jesse Williamson's been kind enough to join us. From the Cobden Bombers, big game coming up this weekend. It is our Hampton League live match of the day, taking on the Port Fairy Seagulls. Jess, how are you, buddy?
Good, boys. How are we?
Mate, fantastic, and congratulations on your season thus far. And we talk about it quite often, but the barometer of that Cobden Bombers outfit, when you're up and about, mate, the Bombers seem to be tracking and travelling pretty well.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty good year so far. And, lucky enough to get on a couple of goals. But, we're just happy playing good footy at the moment and, really enjoying it as a team.
Hey, Jess, big couple of weeks coming up, mate. Obviously, Matt said before, 3 rounds to go. And, there's still a lot of shuffling of teams that could potentially finish in the 5, but also top 3. And looking at the ladder, you guys are only 2 points off the top 3 at the moment. So, the next couple of weeks, vital for you guys to try and maybe even potentially get a double chance.
Yeah, we're sort of looking week by week, but it's sort of hard not to look at that in advance. So yeah, our goal is probably to make finals, but the situation we're in, we're going for the top 3 sort of thing. So we've just got to keep winning.
Hey, mate, Mark Merritt is a big piece of the puzzle for the Cobden Bombers. You haven't got a lot of height, and the big man, big Mickey Coronius, up forward too as well for mine. How's the big fella, big Mark? Because I reckon he's going to be so vital in the back half, this final kind of 5 or 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah, well, I actually don't think we've got him for the next couple of weeks. I think he's taken off over to the States. So I think he's back first final maybe, so we're going to miss him. But yeah, I've got a couple of Ben Berry's been playing pretty good in the ruck, so we can fill that gap there hopefully.
Hey Jess, I want to ask you obviously about the coaching for this year and obviously next year. So this year we had Brody alongside Dan as joint coaches. Dan's had to step down due to the extra family commitments for next season, but Brody will take on the role. How's Brody gone as he's in his first, I guess, foray into senior coaching? And obviously great to see him that he'll stick around next year and do it solely.
Yeah, he's been great. He's a great leader on and off the field and a great player. So he's got played a lot of good footy, obviously last year at Colac and over in Adelaide previously before that. So he's got a good footy mind and he's a good speaker and gets along with everyone at the club, easy to talk to. So, it's good to have him on board and, yeah, he's a ripper.
Mate, you love kicking a goal, big fella. Is that your favourite position, or do you like to kind of get yourself through the midfield at different points, but, you see yourself as that deep kind of, hard-running forward?
Yeah, definitely like playing forward. I don't like defending too much when I don't have to, but, big Mick Cronus is back now, so I might have to piss off up the ground a little bit higher.
Hey, good on you, mate. Listen, looking forward to seeing you play this weekend, our Hammond League Live match of the day, and then throughout the final series as well, big fella. So great to catch up and looking forward to this weekend.
Awesome. Thanks, boys. Cheers.
Great stuff. Jesse Williamson there, he's a beauty.
Oh, he's a ripper. Good player, good finisher. And you're right, they haven't got the traditional big forward, centre half forward, but they've got a really mobile, sort of medium-sized forward line, the Bombers. And I guess it keeps sides guessing on what they're going to do because they're a little bit unpredictable at times on how they move around or how they set up.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, let's have a look at this weekend's round of matches. Only 3 to go. It's round 16. Hamilton taking on Koroit. We just spoke to Hoysey, mate. Game number 150. They won't drop this one, Hilly. Not for Hoysey.
Not for one of their favourite sons. Hamilton. Hopefully we see a good... I reckon that could be, correct me if I'm right, might be at Glenn Thompson as well.
Yes.
I reckon they play that one up at Glenn Thompson, which will be home ground to Hamilton due to Melville Oval being...
I don't reckon Hoysey would have been thinking he's playing game number 150 at Glenn
Thompson.
Hey, Cobden taking on Port Fairy. That is our match of the day. It's going to be a belter. I must admit, it's all on the line for Port Fairy. They lose... Their season's over, but it's been a great season regardless.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
It's going to be a beauty.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the way the season's gone and Portland pushed Cobden on the weekend over at Hanlon Park, who knows what's going to happen. Both sides are very capable of winning. And, Cobden top 3, this is where they need to win it. But then obviously Port Fairy need that top 5. So, it opens it up.
Terang Mortlake taking on Warrnambool. Blues will be looking to wreak a little bit of carnage. They'd be still giving themselves a sneaky chance if other results go their way to make the finals as well. Bloods still want to try and possibly play top 3.
This is huge for the Bloods. This is probably nearly their biggest game of the season.
Yeah.
And obviously they'd be
Warrnambool
hoping...
got them last time.
Yeah, they did. And they'd be hoping maybe a Port Fairy loss if they weren't able to be successful to sort of help their path a little way. But I still think they're a good enough side to get the job done.
Love it. North Warrnambool taking on South Warrnambool. Roosters really made a statement last week against the Bloods, who got them first time round.
Oh, they were amazing, South Warrnambool. And I think that was the strongest side we've seen all year on paper. Lose a couple. Williamson looks like he'll probably miss a couple, and also Sam Kelly. I'm not sure to the extent of his hamstring, but gee, they look slick, mate. They were very, very good. I'd hate to see what they're like on the Red Oval.
Yeah, big dry deck. They are definitely the team to beat, make no mistake about it. Camperdown taking on Portland. Magpies have been respectable, but I'll tell you what, Portland last week really took it up to Cobden, so they'll be a bit of, chock-a-block full of confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. 50-50 game for mine. If Portland can play the way they did last week, I back them. But then if Gordon can come back in and be a real influence for the Camperdown Magpies, yeah, I'll give Camperdown a chance too.
Love it. Round 16 of the Hampton Football Netball League. We hope to see you there at the footy and the netball. And then don't forget, we're only 3 weeks off finals. It is going to be on before we know it. The weather, the days are getting longer, the weather's getting better, and the sun is shining. And finals, you can smell the grass clippings. And that's when you know that finals is just around the corner, that is for sure. There's no blokes missing off the training track on nights like tonight. They are loving the conditions. Hilly, great to see you as always, mate, and look forward to this weekend's round of Hampton footy, and we hope to see you this weekend at the footy and netball as well.